which leads to debauchery. Be filled with the Spirit of God. And then in verse 20, Ephesians chapter 5 very simply says this: with all your heart, always give thanks to God the Father. Hold on to your seat. For everything. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. To give thanks for everything. So what I want to do is to try to take a few minutes here to get that motor underway. And to give you some things to think about that you might want to write in that bulletin that you are thankful for, or maybe even share with those that are probably close to you at the table that you are seated at. And so if you're looking at that acrostic with thanks, the T stands for those thoughts that are foremost in your mind. What is it that is just on your mind that you can't escape? Is it something you're celebrating and you're thankful to God for, or is it something that concerns you and yet you're prompted to be thankful to God? Recently, I hit a deer with my car. The car fared somewhat better than the deer, but it still messed up my car. Been praying to God that the interior structure of the vehicle was not damaged. God answered that prayer, and I'm to get that car back hopefully tomorrow. Roger, wanting to emulate me, also hit a deer. He and the deer were not quite as fortunate. Things to celebrate, things to concern you. Take a couple of minutes, think about them, write them down, maybe even share them, if you will, before we go to the letter H. What are you thankful for? It's in here. What are you always thinking about that makes you thankful to God? Okay. And don't put boys.
I'm not thankful for
Not
them.
allowed. Just what do you... Now that we got the juices flowing, let's kind of try to hurry along. I assume you don't want to be here till Thursday. The H stands for those home front blessings. What has God blessed you in the home front with? Lori has set the stage when talking about family and getting emotional, so I will probably do the same thing. Because my daughter became a Christian this year. And I am so thankful and praising God for that one. Now, I don't know if you can top that, because I think that's one of the best blessings in the home that you'll ever experience. but maybe there's something. So maybe I've shared with you, maybe you want to share with others, or at least write them down as you prepare for Thanksgiving towards the end of this week. I'm going to try to honor your time and keep it moving just a little bit. The A in thanks would stand for the attributes of God. What is the aspect of God's character that perhaps you are most grateful for? You biblical scholars that were a part of the fruit of the Spirit, those qualities of character that we are to embody are reflected in the person of Jesus. That might call to mind some of those fruits, if you will, where God distributes and displays grace, mercy, or power, or love. Maybe which one are you most grateful for? Maybe write that down or share that with others that are around you. I don't know if you went back to the fruit of the Spirit, but What are the two that are most difficult for us as humans who are to reflect the image of Jesus? Most of us would say patience and self-control. Guess which are two of my favorites of God? That He's so patient that He doesn't zap us because He has self-control. The N stands for necessities of life. I'm hoping this is the most common, perhaps, the one that you speak to God about the most, and if not, I hope that you don't take it for granted or become somewhat of a entitled Christian that you think God owes you the things in life. He grants food and clothing, but there's a lot of other blessings that are beyond the needed. What are some of those that mean the most to you that you're most grateful for? Maybe write those down and even share with those around you.